Hello everyone, Martha here. Welcome back to my channel. Give everyone a minute, ain't we precious? So how's everyone been doing? Good, I hope. Well, my daughter is supposed to pick out some yarn for me to make a basket with when she gets home. So I haven't started on my basket yet, but I will be when she gets home. Um, she decided to go with my husband, so they got me some white cheddar crackers, and I did not like them, so I asked them to pick me up some of the regular crackers because they were better, and I like snacking on them a lot better. But I did post a picture of my granny square blanket, which you can see in the thumbnail. That's what I've got done so far. It's going to be bigger than that. Hopefully, should be. But yeah, I decided to go ahead and post a picture of it and show it off. So I've worked on it. That was from some of the granny squares I had last year. I didn't finish using all of the granny squares. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Show some love. Give it a thumbs up. My cat is going crazy with the toy in there. He's just like all over the place with his toys. It's so funny. He kissed my dog last night. He licked her and she screamed. It scared her because he's never licked her before. So my dog actually got scared. It was so funny. Um, I am working on a blanket with the corner to corner method that I showed you in the tutorial. I also have another tutorial that I've got to upload once I finish it, but for a neck wrap, this is what I've got done so far. But once I finish this, I'll post a picture and I will upload that tutorial. I made a boo-boo when I filmed it because I had to film it in two different parts because the cell phone I was using don't hold a whole lot of memory. So I had to film it in two different parts and I accidentally deleted the second part. So I had to refilm the second part with it halfway made, which was kind of funny because just leave it up to me to do that. I mean, I'm like halfway brain dead most of the time, so I'm like surprised that I didn't do it sooner. But I finally got it filmed, so I've got to edit it, take a picture, and upload for the thumbnail and upload it. Um, Zoe and Precious did not help. They kept trying to lay on the yarn, so they're not much help on this stuff. And the cat tries to attack the yarn. So whoever said that cats love yarn balls was not lying because my cat loves yarn. He is just crazy for yarn for some reason. Um I will probably start working on this next week maybe. But I don't know. I've got 3 projects going right now, so it may take a little longer before I work on that one. But I've got the blanket, the basket. I will be starting when my daughter comes home to pick out the yarn, and then I've got the neck wrap to finish. So I've got 3 projects going. So I may wait until I finish one of those projects if I start on the slippers, because I'd hate to get too much going at one time, because then I'd never get anything done. But I'll get it done a little bit at a time. That's all that matters, because it eventually gets done. It doesn't matter how often I work on it or not. My daughter is still trying to learn to crochet, so she can crochet Harry Potter. She's gotten it somewhat, but she still needs some work done. But she has picked up the chains, and she's picked up the single crochet. She's gotten that much down. But right now she's trying to do the whole pattern without knowing all the stitches, and I keep telling her you've got to know all the stitches before you start working on pattern, but she doesn't listen. So she's trying to do a chain 2, then 6 single crochets into the first stitch, and then I think it switches to double crochets or treble crochets. I can't remember exactly which one, but I know it's one of them. Hi, Zoe. Zoe over here is trying to hog all the covers like normal. To her, she owns the covers, so you can't ever sleep with her. Precious tries to steal them sometimes, but not all the time. All right, Precious. But she was sitting there trying to bury food in them one day. You want some covers? They'll sit there and dig at the covers when they want to cover up. It's just cute. Now she's just trying to get comfortable. They tend, for them to be so small, they take up a lot of room. I've noticed, like, I'll lay down on a couch and they'll get behind me and they'll start kicking me and pushing me off the couch because they're just taking up all the room. So I'll be laying on the very edge of the couch and they'll be laying like taking up half the couch. I don't see how they do it because they're not very big at all. But they do. And the cat is the same way. The cat will sit there and he will take up the whole couch or the whole bed if you let him. It cracks me up. And my daughter, she's wanting to do the Harry Potter, so she's learning the stitches for it. Because she says she wants to make it herself and doesn't want me to do it. I offered to. But she said she wants to do it herself, so I told her, okay, if that's what you want to do, you go, girl. I told her for her to do her. That's all you can tell them. Is good luck, have fun, and if you need anything, I'm right here. She says she loves the corner to corner blanket ideal, but she's like, you probably make it too fat. Instead of long enough, you'd make it too fat. And I was like, well, I don't know. But she's probably right. I've never made one big enough for her bed yet. I told her I would if she wanted me to. And she's like, nope, not right now. So instead, she's got me making a little blanket for Thurman for Easter. So I decided to go with yellow because yellow is cute. And yellow goes with Easter. Or I think so. I never know. I never really know, but I figured yellow would go good with Easter. How's everyone doing today? Staying warm? We've got high winds today, and so it's a little chilly outside. But that's the weather for you. You never know exactly what it's going to do. I like my ball winder. I actually have quite a bit of yarn over there that I need to wind up and reorganize because it's taking up so much room. I actually have a vacuum cleaner box full of yarn that I need to go through because every bit of the yarn in the vacuum cleaner box was donated to me, which was very generous of this church. They donate. They didn't donate it to me. They gave it to me for Christmas. And some of the yarn is used or has been used. So I need to go through it and organize it. I haven't done that yet, but that was very generous of the church to bring it to me. So I told them thank you. I can never thank you enough. And then I've got yarn ready for when I reach 100 subscribers. I've got some yarn ready for the giveaway. My daughter picked out some yarn to put in the giveaway as well, so it's not what I pick. She's in charge of picking it, but I picked out some of it because I told her we have to make it extra special. So once we reach 100, we will go through that yarn and you'll get to see what all is going to be in the giveaway. Hopefully we'll get quite a few people entered into that giveaway. She showed me how to do a YouTube simulator, something to do with YouTube, and it goes through your comments and it picks the winner for you. So she showed me how to do that online. And so I was like, okay, well, that's cool. It's a lot easier than what I was doing. So I told her we'll start using that because it was pretty neat. And then anyone can enter into my giveaways. My giveaways are US only right now, but anyone can enter into them. It's no big deal. As long as you're in the US. But that gives people, even if you won a past giveaway, you can still enter into the new one and see if you can't win it too. Got my trusty Coca-Cola. Since I don't drink coffee, I drink soda. It helps wake me up. And with my MS, I find it when it gets to be about 12 o'clock, I start getting really exhausted and tired. So I need a pick-me-upper to help keep me awake and keep me going. So that is my pick-me-upper. It helps wake me up some. So I guess it's all the caffeine in it. So I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I do love a good frappe from McDonald's or Starbucks. I won't lie, I do like their frappes. The caramel ones are really good. My little Zoe has a bump on one of her boobs. I noticed it yesterday. Hopefully it's not cancer, but I've had her for a long time. So she is my baby. She's my first original baby that I ever got. So I hate that she's got that going for her. I hate that. I hate for any animal to get sick. But I told my husband, I said, if she goes, I'll cry. So hopefully everything's going to go good there. I know I bought her some extra treats because she has to go to the vet and she hates the vet. I don't know. Precious doesn't care about the vet. She's like whatever. Zoe hates the vet. So I hate that she's having to go, and I hate that she's going to have to go deal with that. So hopefully everything will go good with that because she is my baby. I am thinking about trying some amigurumi. I think that's how you say it, amigurumi. Little animals and stuff. I am wanting to try that stuff, so I'm getting ready to try making some of that. I actually put a couple of books on my Amazon wish list that I would love to work with that I thought would be really, really cute. So I told my husband for my birthday, I've got a wish list on Amazon. He can go through and pick me out something. Him and the kids. I'm like, there you go. There's my birthday wish list. My daughter says she's already got an idea of what she's going to get me. I don't know what, but she says she's already got an idea. So I just gotta wait until July to find out what I'm getting. It's a long time. I hope everyone had a great St. Patrick's Day. You know, when my kids were little, I used to mess the house up on purpose. I would put chairs on top of tables and I would take toys and put them on beds or in bathtubs. And I used to tell the kids it's that crazy leprechaun. The leprechaun comes through your house and he messes up your house, but he leaves behind candy. So we would always get some little chocolate gold coins. We'd always get some of those and we'd leave those lying around the house. And we used to, so when my kids got a little bit older, they'd actually set up traps trying to catch the leprechaun. And I'd always spring the traps and put like a toy in there along with some candy. And I actually put a note in there that says, "Ha ha, you can't catch me." And so they done that until they outgrew the whole leprechaun thing. But it was so cute and so much fun because I really enjoyed doing that for them when they were little. Um, every holiday, I'd always have something going on, or I would have some little story for the kids. Like my little boy asked me where babies came from, and I told him there was a baby tree and there were baby fairies. And if a mommy wanted a baby, she would go to the fairy tree and ask the baby fairy for a baby, and baby fairy would go ding, and the baby would grow in the tummy. And when it was time for the baby to come out, the doctor would push the belly button and the baby would pop out. That's what I told my kids. Babies came out through your belly button. All the doctor would do is push your belly button and the baby would come out of your belly button. So my kids loved the little stories. Tooth Fairy, when they asked me what does the tooth fairy do with your teeth, I always said, well, she puts them in the sky at night, and that's why we have stars. The stars are your baby teeth, and the stars are baby from all the teeth she's collected from all the little kids. So I would tell my kids little stories like that, and they loved that stuff. And so I always told them if I ever have grandkids, I'm going to do the same thing with them. Even though my kids tell me that they're never getting married and never having kids, I always tell them, you wait. If you have kids, I'm going to have them going, believing in those stories too, and you're going to have to mess up your house and then re-clean it, and you're going to have to do all this. But it's so much fun to do that stuff when they're little. And just like when I would crochet when they was little, they would get my needles and they would try to do it. even though they couldn't do it, they had fun just playing with the needles and the yarn and trying. They would always have fun. And I told them that's the whole point of life and crochet and knitting and anything you do in life is to have a little fun with it because you've got to have fun in this world. Otherwise, you're just going to be depressed, and no one wants to be depressed. So, my daughter is trying to get in the spirit where she's having a little fun with her crochet, even though she gets aggravated at times. She still has some fun with it, which is great. So, I would like to know what everyone is working on. We all know what I'm working on. I'd like to know what everyone else is working on. Because I enjoy hearing what you guys are working on. Just like I enjoy showing you guys what I'm working on. Even though sometimes I don't think my stuff looks 100% that great, I still try and I'm still proud of what I do. Hello, Miss Emily. How are you? We are having some strong cold winds here. Working on a Bruno Lovey. I am working on a blanket for my daughter's cat and a neck wrap, and then I will be starting a basket when my daughter gets home. She's going to pick out the yarn for the basket, so I'll be starting a basket too. I am good. My MS is actually decided it's going to behave itself, so I can see a little better. Now, if my arthritis would go away, I would have it made. But I still work through every bit of that because I have to. I would go completely insane if I just sat here and done nothing. I found out that they make Reese cups with pretzels in them yesterday. I just seen them yesterday. And I told my husband that is so cool. I want those. So hopefully he will pick me up some today while he's gone. If he don't, then I'm going to have to tell him to go back. Precious said she'd like some Reese cups too. My dog Zoe, my kids used to sneak and give her candy and ice cream when she was little. And I didn't know it. And then I caught them in the act one day for Halloween. I caught them in the act of giving her a bite of their candy. And so she's addicted to chocolate. Oh, I love Reese cups. Reese cups are my favorite candy. But yeah, Zoe's been addicted to chocolate ever since she was a puppy. If someone has chocolate, especially Reese cups, she will growl and bark and run around in circles trying to get my Reese cup. I caught my little boy sharing his ice cream cone with her once too when he was little. I walked in on him and she's licking one side and he's licking the other. And that's when he's a little bitty old thing. And she was a little bitty old thing. My oldest son has Asperger's, autism, and they said he's mentally retarded. So while he's actually in his 20s, he has the mind of a 7-year-old kid. Yeah, I know. They say not to give them chocolate, not to give them ice cream, and my dogs have had chocolate, ice cream, cereal, you name it, they have had it. Compliments of kids. So And I told the vet one day, I said, it's kind of hard to keep an eye on your kids and your dogs 24/7. You just kind of have to let them run around. So my son would always share his food with them. Now they're just spoiled rotten. They'll sit there and beg and whine because they think they got to have whatever you're having. My daughter, she's 18. She'll be graduating high school this year. It's so amazing at how fast they grow up. Your daughter gives them Oreos. See, they love that stuff. Dogs eat that stuff up. They love it. I know my sister would get on to me and say, "You're not supposed to give your dogs that stuff." And I'm like, "Well, my kids gave it to them when they were babies, and it ain't hurt them." So maybe it's just certain dogs can't tolerate it or something. I don't know, but my dogs will eat dog food too. They just prefer human food. Zoe, if you get ice cream and you don't give her a bite, she will jump up and down and growl at you, and she'll just do all kinds of stuff. And then, if you still don't give her a bite, she'll get to where she tries to steal a bite. So you have to guard your bowl like this while you're eating like this, so she doesn't steal your food. That's what you have to do when you're eating Reese cups too. You're having to eat like this because she'll try to steal your Reese cups. But that's a good way to get her to take her pills. If the vet gives her pills, the best way to get her to do it is through a Reese cup. I'll just take a piece off of a Reese cup and stick the pill in it and say, "Here you go." And she will eat it up with the pill in it. You have two German Shepherds. I've got two Chihuahuas, and they're just spoiled rotten. They'll try every way in the world to steal my food. And it's so funny because they just crack me up. But I used to have German Shepherds. I'm a huge animal lover, so we have two dogs and one cat right now. When I was little, we had ducks and goats and pigs and dogs and cats and all kinds of stuff. You name it, we had it. We even had snakes for pets. So, when I was little, we grew up with all kinds of animals. We even had, I think we had cows at some point, and I know we had horses. I think we had cows too at some point. And to me, I'm a huge baby. You don't like snakes? My Uncle Morris used to have snakes. And so the biggest baby was like 6 foot long and like that big round. And he would eat bunny rabbits. And he's a big old thing. But he would sit there. If a soap opera came on, he would sit in front of the TV and would not move. And then when the soap opera would go off, he would start moving around. He likes soap operas. So he'd sit there and watch it with my granny. Crack me up. I finally finished The Gunslinger. So the next book I got to get is Christine. because I think it was the next book that he wrote after that. I'm trying to read his books in order from which the way he wrote them and published them. I'm trying to read them in order. My goodness. Emily, here is what I'm going to be working on sometime soon. Yeah, I can't have any snakes or lizards or anything because my daughter is huge. I mean, hugely scared of them. She is terrified. So we don't have snakes. I don't have any snakes or anything anymore because of her. I'm not going to give my daughter a heart attack. So I go with the cute little snuggly animals. They really are. I got those from Mary Maxim in my monthly crochet of the month club, and they come with the yarn to make them. So I'm thinking about working on those, starting on those next week or whenever I finish my neck wrap. But I don't know for sure because my daughter said she had something she wanted me to make her. So I don't know what I'm doing just yet. I never know until I start the project. But I have came up with a couple. The basket I came up with myself. And the neck wrap I came up with myself. So I do have a tutorial for the neck wrap. I just ain't uploaded it yet. I've got to edit it and everything. And I will be starting the tutorial video of the basket when I start making the baskets. See, I've never tried Annie's Crochet Afghan Club. I don't think I've ever tried Annie's Club, period. I've always went with Mary Maxim because Mary Maxim is like $21, $22 a month. And I think Annie's is like $26, $27 a month. So I went with whichever one was cheaper. And then I found that I enjoyed this club, so I just decided to stick with it. But I may try the Annie's one day just to see what they are and how they're doing. My daughter and my husband is asking me what I wanted for my birthday because my birthday is in July. So I told them I had an Amazon wish list that they could go shopping on there and get anything that I want. Right there's my list. So then she says she's got an idea of what she's going to get me, but it's not on my list. So I was like, okay, that works too. I asked her if it's going to be more yarn, and she said no. Just going to do it one Afghan. Yeah, they tell me I'm hard to shop for. And I'm like the easiest person in this house to shop for, but everyone else apparently thinks I'm hard to shop for. You didn't get nothing? Oh, that sucks. If I don't get nothing, I tell them I ain't cooking. I always tell them I will. If I don't get something for my birthday and Christmas, I will go on strike. I actually did one year. They didn't get me nothing for my birthday, so I told them I'm not cooking and I'm not cleaning house. They can do it themselves, and so they changed their mind because I'm mean. I am just mean like that. But my husband does all the cooking now since they don't trust me with the stove. So he does all the cooking now. So I can't really threaten him with that anymore. But that's what I used to threaten him with all the time. I will not cook and I will not clean if I don't get something. My daughter tried to use that same thing. I told her I wasn't getting her nothing for her birthday. She's 18 now. She said, "Well, I won't do nothing." I'm like, "You don't do nothing anyways." And she goes, "Mom." But it's so funny. She got me some knitting needles, thinking they was a crochet hook. As I told her I needed a size 7 crochet hook, so she found a size 7, but it was knitting needles. She brought them home. She's like so proud. She's like, "Mom, I got you a size 7 crochet hook like you needed." I said, "Did you really?" She goes, "Yeah, here." And I said, "Those are knitting needles." She goes, "Well, how do you tell the difference?" So I had to show her the difference between them. But it was funny. I told her I needed the crochet hook anyway, so or the knitting needles anyways, so that was good. She goes, "Well, I thought they were cool because they were in the circle." Well, I guess I will get off here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment because I just like reading comments. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just weird. I mean, my kids tell me I'm weird all the time, so maybe that's it. But um, I do enjoy reading comments. You're trying to learn to knit? Yeah, I'm a lot better at crochet than I am at knitting. You guys have a great weekend. I will see y'all later. Love you guys. Bye.